We're not going over too many today on this lesson. You have got a pretty good hold on this. First part, we're writing these expressions in expanded form. And so notice number 2, the only thing that has an exponent is the m. So we have 1, 2. We've got 3 m's. Actually, I'm not going to do the dots. 1, 2, 3. We've got 1 n. That's all we need to do. Number 4, you've got the whole thing cubed. So that means you have, if we're writing in expanded form, 5 times 5 times 5, d times d times d, and e times e times e. Everything is cubed. Notice that number 8 looks almost identical the way that it's set up, except the exponent, which on this one is a 6, is only applying to the e. With no parentheses, it can't get to the 5 or the d. It only reaches to the e. So when we write that in expanded form, we have 5 times d times e times e times e times e times e times e. We are writing these in exponent form. We have 1 negative 7, 1 g. We have 2 h's, so I'm going to square the h's. We have 2 k's, so I will also square the k's. Page 9, you've got 3 times j twice. So I'm going to put those in parentheses, 3 times j squared, to show I have it twice. And then we've got k to the 4th. K to the 4th power. And number 12, you have c just one time. Then you've got d plus 2, you've got that twice. So you're going to square that. And that's the only thing that's squared, not the 6. On to 34. I really like doing these. I didn't actually used to like them when I first started teaching, but I've done these enough now that I feel good with them. I hope that you are learning to do this. One thing I want to really enforce with you is to find the is in all of the words and separate it. Separate these word problems to either side of the is, because that's your equals. So for example, 40 increased by 4 times the number is, so I'm going to stop here. 40 increased by 4 times the number. 40 increased by 4 times the number. Now I've got my is. Now I'll work on my other side. It's easier if you can just focus on one side of it at a time rather than the whole thing all at once. 8 less than 6 times the number. Less than switches the order. Number 3, 19 increased by 3 times the number is, so I'm going to stop there and just focus on this part. 19 increased by 3 times the number, so that gives me 19 plus 3 times the number is 4 less than 4 times the number. Switches the order, 4n minus 4. Just remember on each of these, divide it by both sides of the is. Last page is 35. We're doing just a little bit on this. In fact, we're just going to do the one at the very bottom. You are substituting 3 for a and 4 for b. So on this one we have a squared. If 3 is a, then you have 3 squared plus 4 squared, and then you're going to find the square root of those. 3 squared is 9, plus 4 squared is 16. Let me add those together, and I get 25. Do you know the square root of 25? I sure hope so. The square root of 25 is 5. So that's it for today in your pre-algebra book.